right, I'm recording now, and so this is what you're going to see when if you go to YouTube afterwards, you'll be able to see this stuff. Okay, what we do. If you want to like take some notes, or the notes are there, and if you want to see what we do. All right, so the first one is looking at bubbles and just fire. So I need a volunteer from the audience. All right, audience. Here, safety first. Put on your gloves. All right, I'm going to stand back here so you can see me. These on. Why don't you come over this way? All right, what you're going to do is you're going to hold your hand out. Hold your hand out like that. Yep. All right, a little bit further back. This way. All right, and don't panic. Whatever, if you do this, or don't try this, but when you don't panic. So I'm going to set his hand on fire. And when I set his hand on fire, it's going to be like, ah! And you like try to wave your hand around. But if you wave your hand around, fire goes everywhere. Okay, so don't do that. Okay, so I'm going to do get some gas going here. All right, so you scoop up the bubbles, just the bubbles. We'll go big. Gonna go big. No, take them up. That's good. All right, don't panic. Hold it down a little bit. All right, here we go. And boom! You can shake it up. Whoa. Okay, that was good. Oh, that's a little bit dangerous. Some of you, if you've been in my science class before, you might have seen us do that. Okay, but now we're looking at bubbles. I'm going to go back to the what we're actually looking at here. Okay, so this is bubble science. So you can see the bubbles there. You can see how the when the light hits the prism or the bubble, you get all the colors of the rainbow come out. And that shows you here how there's a bubble film, there's water in between, there's a thin soap film, and the soap molecules actually reflect and refract. That's the word, is refract. It's bending of the light's rays. Okay. And if you want to have another look at this, you can check it out on YouTube afterwards. I know. Hi, Rachel, did I set you on fire once? Okay. All right. So we're going to go on to the next one. This bubble stuff is, you don't need any really fancy bubble stuff. What I'm doing is just taking some water and basically squirt dishwash stuff. I mean, I'm using Earthwise, but anything you use, you can use. You just have to. You can experiment. I like Palmolive, the green stuff. Don't use no lemon or lime, just the old standard Palmolive dishwash stuff. You've got it in you've got it in your house somewhere, and then you get blowers. You can use anything for blowers. I've got these. These are pipettes. Okay, so I grab these pipettes. You might not. You might have these. You might not, and just cut the top off. All right, and that is your blower. And then what you use, so I've just got a little bit of bubble stuff here. Dip it in. Don't put this part in your mouth. Okay, only this part. All right, so you dip it in. All right, and then you can start blowing bubbles. And when you look at it, you can actually see. You can see my house, but you can flip them off. You can blow big ones, you can blow small ones. You can have so much fun with bubbles. Like when you flip them off, you can bounce them on things. You can put them on a little bit of polar fleece. And you can look at all the colors. You can kind of play games with them, bounce them around. So I use that, or I use straws, any kind of straw that you can use. You can, if you don't have a straw, you can roll up piece of paper, and even that will start blowing bubbles for you. And so you're experimenting with the bubble stuff, and you're experimenting with what kind of blowers you can use. I even found a little funnel, and you dip the funnel in, just a little bit of funnel. And you can blow monster bubbles with the funnel. And because it's not closed off, you can actually see it getting smaller and smaller. And Okay, so it goes back in because the air comes out the top again. That's kind of cool. Okay, keep the bouncing. I'm going to show you how I make big bubbles onto the table, and make sure you check with who's ever in your house, because this can be pretty messy, but it's also fun. All right, we're also going to measure. All right, so we're looking at diameter first. Okay, the diameter. Hold on, this one. If you don't know what diameter is, we're going to be measuring these. Okay, so when the bubble pops, you're going to use a if you have one, you have a little ruler or a tape measure or something. And the diameter is just that red line, which just goes straight across. So it's the longest part of the circle. All right. Hold on. Let me just do this. Hold on. Okay, and we hopefully muted all the chat around here. Okay, so the chat's just coming to me. That's good. Okay, so I'm gonna put this over here. I'll get my assistant again to come help me. I'm gonna switch the camera around. Oops. Put it right on like that. All right, so what you do is you get this bubble stuff. You put bubble stuff onto the table, make it kind of wet. All right, and then when you blow a bubble, it's got to be wet. I'm just gonna do this. Okay, so maybe zoom in on that one so you can see the colors swirling around. You can see, and then go, how big is it? We need to know how big it is. So we usually have a little competition in a class, or you could do it around your house. And then eventually, when it gets big enough, you can dip this in. You can do a bubble inside a bubble. You can do all kinds of fun things with bubbles. You can make little bubble caterpillars. I'm going to pop this one. Okay, and so when you're done, you can see the circle that it left. And I'm gonna, it's not very well focused, is it? Can you maybe zoom in a little bit? I'm looking at 13. Yeah, so this one. So I'm going from where the bubble starts, where this is the diameter. Oh, yeah, there we go. And so this one's 13 centimeters. Well, actually, that's oh yeah, this one's 13 right in there. All right, so that's how you can measure the bubble. Thank you for that. And also looking at the diameter, so you can actually do a little bit of maths right there. And then the only other fun thing that I really like to do is doing hand bubbles. I'm gonna move this back a little bit because this is really good. Oh yeah, I forgot to ask about you guys. Is everybody doing their lockdown? How's that? Oh yeah. Is everybody locked down okay? Staying at home? Matthias? Yes, good. All right. Making sure this is about washing your hands, okay? But at the same time, we're having the fun with bubbles. All right. So this is hand bubbles. What I'm doing, I just got like a bowl of the bubble stuff, and you just got to give yourself lots of bubble stuff. And in here, you got to get it going. It takes a while to get your hand all really wet. Okay. All right, and you can blow it, and you can just hold that bubble in your hand. That's kind of fun. It actually feels quite warm. If you do two, I'm going to go 2 hands. This is the bubble stuff. This is actually, I could do this all day. All right, one there, and then almost got it. You got to have both hands really bubbly. It's all about closing it off, okay? And then you have like this little bubble cylinder, okay? You can you can play with that, and that's kind of fun. You can go squidgy, squidgy, squidgy. All right, I can try that again because it's kind of fun. And at the same time, you're washing your hands really well. All right. So when you do that, the trick is when you The trick to doing is closing that off. So you go like that, you blow through there, and then when you got it as big as you want, you go like that, and I close it off. Let me try again. If you don't close it off, it just squirts out the hole again. All right, close it off. Bubble hands up, bubble on the other hand. Ooh, that's a good one. All right, and then you can play with that. All right. I love this. This is like so much fun. You can go like that. Okay, and it can get really big. And it actually feels warm inside. All right, so there's something for you guys to play with, and something you can try today. All right, I'm going to go back. Did you do it with shampoo? Anybody else? Anybody else? Any other comments? Save the turtles. Thank you. I like turtles. I'm gonna look at this, and we'll go back to what we did. Somebody likes cheese. Okay. Go back to the photos. We're just talking about what we did. So we looked at the fire hands. So this is about bubbles and light. We looked at fire hands. Somebody's drawing on there. We looked at bubble stuff, the blowers, bouncing big diameter, big bubbles, and then the hand bubbles. All right. So you guys have fun with that. And I'm looking at the chats. Anything else in the chat that's going on? Cheese, glycan, thank you. Save the jellyfish from Rosa. I like cheese. Yesterday's diagram was not correct. Which one? I'm gonna go like this. Yeah, if you have any feedback, let me know what's going on. And you can either email me or go onto the YouTube or go onto my website, mrscience.co.nz. Okay, I'm gonna go now. Have a good day, you guys, and see you tomorrow. Have a good lockdown. Bye.